Hello, my brothers and sisters of Africa. My name is Fadri Joseph, a young man running for Nigerian president. I ran in 2023 and I'm going to be running in 2027 to save Africa. I want to speak today about the just concluded election in Cameroon, West Africa. I speak today not just as a Nigerian, but as a proud African, a son of this great continent, whose spirit aches for truth and for justice. The recent so-called election in Cameroon is not just a national disgrace, it is a continental shame, where a 93-year-old man who has ruled for over 43 years has once again been declared the winner in a country of over 29 million people. Listen, this is not democracy. It is the mockery of democracy in Africa. This is not leadership. It is the greed of power turned into law in Africa. Let's look at it. How can a man who can barely address his nation still be forced upon his people as their president? How can a generation that has known only one ruler for over 43 years still be told that they have chosen freely and that this is democracy? This is not freedom. It is modern day slavery, maintained by corrupt law, corrupt few who benefit from the suffering of the people. But Cameroon is not alone. I say it again, Cameroon is not alone. Across Africa, we witnessed so many democratic irregularities, from Nigeria to Congo, from Sudan to Zimbabwe, and many other African nations. We see the same sickness leaders who refuse to leave. They manipulate government, they manipulate elections, and they have foreign powers that quietly fuel the corruption to keep Africa weak. Because when Africa is weak, that is when the rest of some countries will continue to benefit from its resources. We are a continent blessed with talent, intelligence, and resources. Go and see many Africans in Europe, in America, and see how they are doing well. Nigerians, Cameroonians, Ghanaians, they are doctors, they are nurses, they are best immigrants all across the world. But our continent, Africa, remain poor because our leaders fear progress. They fear educated youth. They fear accountability, and they fear change. But I say to them today, from Nigeria to Cameroon to Congo to Zimbabwe, your fear cannot stop the future. The African youth are going to be awake. The African youth are awake now, and we are tired of watching old men recycle failure and call it experience. We are tired of seeing nations destroyed by ego, while the people drown in poverty. We are tired of watching democracy turn into a family business. That is what we see in most African nations today. But I call on the youth of Africa, both home and abroad. I call on the youth of Nigeria, on the youth of Cameroon, the youth of Ghana, the youth of Zimbabwe, the youth of Sudan, the youth of Congo, that Africa must rise, and rise now. Our generation must become the generation that ends the course of leadership without conscience. We must build systems that work, where votes count, where leaders serve, and where citizens have dignity. All of this is missing in Africa of today. And to the enablers of this tragedy in Cameroon, because this man that just won election didn't win it by himself. Some people enables him, those who are benefiting from the government. So to the enablers of this tragedy in Cameroon, history will remember you, not as patriots, but as betrayers of your own people. To the youth of Cameroon, it is time to rise. Africa will stand with you. And to every African listening to me, this is not just about one country. This is about all of us. This is about Africa. It is not about Cameroon, not about Nigeria, not about Sudan, not about Congo, not about Zimbabwe, but about every African nation all across the world. We must rise to save this nation, to save this continent. If Africa fails in Cameroon, she fails everywhere. If Africa fails in Nigeria, it fails everywhere. If Africa fails in Zimbabwe, it fails everywhere. If Africa fails in Cameroon, we fail. But if Africa rises together, no force on earth can hold us down again. So let us speak with one voice. No more rulers for life. No more elections without choice. No more silence in the face of injustice. Let the world know that a new Africa is awakening. A new Africa is going to be born. An Africa led by vision, by justice, and by the strength of our youth. And that Africa must come now. And that is why I'm calling on the youth of Africa, wherever you are, maybe in Cameroon, maybe in Nigeria, maybe in Sudan, maybe in Zimbabwe. It is time for us to rise and take our place and fix our continent so that our people can return back home. May God bless Cameroon. May God bless Nigeria. And may God bless the rising, united continent of Africa. Thank you.